figured I'd put together a little Shadow Man Any Percent tutorial for the Nintendo 64. I kind of like taught myself looking at other people's videos, so figured it might be helpful to have kind of like all-in-one guide with all the skips, all the strats. So I think I'm just gonna play through the game and just highlight things as I go through them. I think for any percent, you start a new adventure with no saves or anything, and as soon as you hit OK here is when the time starts. So that's how it would go. You're going to want to hold down left on the C-pad to skip cutscenes throughout the run. At first I tried spamming the button, but it seems like you can just hold it down and it does about the same as far as speed. So you saw everything got skipped there. Normally there'd be a bunch of cutscenes. I guess the big thing about this first area, which I guess I call Welcome to Deadside, but it's really just a walk to the church till we meet Nettie, and then we get the teddy bear so we can teleport around. Let's see if I back. One of the key things I do throughout the run is you'll see me jumping constantly like this, because it's faster than just walking. You'll see I'm jumping, jumping, jumping. Then bringing up a quick example here in the Asylum Gateway. Gonna have a side-by-side of Shadow Man walking versus him jumping. You'll see the jumping one is just clearly outpacing the walking one. I think by the end you'll see that the jumping finishes in around 21 seconds and the walk-in ends in around 26 seconds, which is roughly 20% faster. So jump throughout the run. Another thing you'll see me do constantly is holding down right shoulder button to strafe. This not only targets an enemy if an enemy is in front of you, but also lets you just quickly like shimmy to the right or left. Whenever you see my character just like not turning but moving side to side, just know that I'm holding down the right shoulder button, R, to quickly move to left or right. You can also move forward straight pretty easily that way too. So say I don't want to accidentally push to the left or right, then if I just hold down the right shoulder button, like I can't do that like curved straight run. So make sure I only run straight and don't do any of the curve where the camera moves. So basically locks your camera facing forward. That's the short of it. If you let go of the right shoulder button, now you're turning the camera all over the place. Hold down the right shoulder button, easily focus on a single point in front of you. That's it. Another big thing, you have different levels of zoom for your character. For Shadow Man, I play most of the run zoomed all the way out. It's just easier to see things and easier to see around me and see what I'm doing. But there are specific times where you have to zoom in to, I think, get different levels of lag. Um, so there's that up and down zoom, and then there's the left and right with the D-pad, which is needed at some points for lag as well. But for the most part, zoomed out and straight behind is what we'll be using. I'm to start the run, just running forward and jumping. Jumping over the ledges, jumping over corners, jumping over the water here, jumping up the ledge, just jumping like crazy. I jump on the side of the bridge there just because I found it to be a consistent spot. Double jump here, double jump here, get the dog cutscene, then just a couple more jumps to get to the ledge here. A couple more jumps here for speed, jump here for speed, jump here, jump here, jump, and jump onto the rope. It's a little tricky to catch the rope at first, but you just want to make sure you jump high enough to grab the rope. What I did, one thing here, as you're coming up, you probably want to know when you need to let go. You can definitely know you need to let go when you see the shadow underneath, but you are technically able to let go a little bit earlier. I jump a couple times here, jump to the edge here. I typically grab to the right of this beam because if I grabbed right here and I hold forward, I get stuck on the beam. So I always try to make sure I grab a little bit to the right so I can just go cleanly. Alright, then I'm going to jump, jump, jump. Then I kind of do this quickly, but you kind of want to like stop, turn a little bit, then run to the side and jump onto this ledge here. A few more jumps. Gotta be careful next to this dog. Now that it's moving kind of ruins it, but it's very easy to get stuck on that dog. I jump in here, then I jump in here, then hold down left on the C-pad to skip the cutscene. As soon as it kind of like fades from black and you get back from black to full color, then you're able to press right on the C-pad, get into your menu, press B on the teddy bear, quickly press down, and press B again to teleport to dead side. And that's the first split for Church or Welcome to Dead Side. Throughout this, whenever you see a load screen, I'm typically holding down left on the C-pad to skip any cutscene that's coming up. I quickly hold down left. One thing I've been doing lately is I press left on the C-pad to bring out my gun, then I can jump twice. Press B to fire my gun at the thing. Kind of hard to see there, but if you tried firing down here, it's just going to fire in a straight line. Once you get close enough, your gun will start aiming upwards towards the, oh goodness, I don't know what that's called, but towards the Dark Soul thing to open it up. And if you press B up there, it'll hit it. It'll like lock on and hit it. There's normally a bad guy here that will try to zap you of life. I typically wait here till he zaps me once because it kind of messes up your movement if you're going for the jump. Is he gonna learn how to come back around? I could probably pull up another clip of me doing this, but I typically wait till I get hit. Then I run kind of like straight with a, like a, oh, it's tricky to explain. Run straight with like a lean to the right so I can get like a curved jump like that. That obviously didn't have enough to it, but if we do it again from further back, you get zapped, then you run to the side, jump. I tried at first to just run in a straight line, like finding the angle, but it seems to be a lot easier if you have that like curved angle to your run. You just grab this, and that's the Waterfall Dark Soul. Then you're going to want to turn to the right quickly and jump here. You might get hit a few times by the enemy, but it's not too bad because we need to die at some point later in the run. So the lower your health is, actually the better. You'll die a lot quicker. Continue forward, just as you see, just running and jumping as much as I can, trying to cut angles when I can. You want to go next to, oh goodness, what's his name? Well, I'll call him Snake Man, but you want to get close to Snake Man and tap left on the C-pad to skip that. Still jumping here, kind of jump over the water here so you don't get stuck in it too much. Jump again, try not to get too stuck in the water, time your jumps well. Jump here just to get a little bit more skip space. So now that we jump down here, this is kind of the first part where you have to use the camera to change things. So there's this thing where you can jump up walls by going directly in the corner if it has the correct slant. So what you want to do is turn your camera, you want to face your person all the way into the corner. And then you want to turn your camera all the way so it's kind of like this, it's facing you from the front. Then you need to hold forward and jump. And kind of just hold down the jump button and keep jumping. Jump up 3 times and you should be on the ledge. You need to turn the camera back and then you can keep on going. So this is towards the Soul Level 1 door. I like to shoot this guy so I can run by the front of him. That's kind of sloppy, but it seems to be a little bit faster than running around him. Tap left on the C-pad to open the door. After you open the door, you want to hold down R. For some reason I was thinking Z, but it's really R. Hold down R to get in your strafe mode, push to the right, and then you can just quickly keep going. Continue to jump down the hallway. Couple jumps here. One of the big things here is you'll see the teddy bear on the screen. You have to unlock that warp point location, and it's really, there's like a trigger like right around here, so you have to make sure you, when you're coming into this area, you hit it and then go over here to the skip. So you want to jump onto the ledge over here. You see the Dark Souls up there on the left. To make this jump, you might think like, oh, I want to aim over here to like this section, but really you want to be aiming all the way over here to get on. Yep. Then you should have been holding down your shot, but then you just hit that, walk over to it, try to turn around. Quickly turn around this way, and then we're gonna head over to the next area. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Open this door. Using the R target, we'll strafe to the side and go around it again. Probably not gonna announce every jump from here on out, but you'll get the sense that I just jump constantly to save time. Now going through those or those bridges to the new areas, another place where you hold down left on the C-pad to skip. Jumping constantly to save time. Jumping down across those islands, it seems to be the fastest route to get to this arrow, which shoots a rope bridge across that we need to perform a skip in a second. Jump across these island bridges, jump up here. If you hit too far on the right there, it's not too bad because it pushes you out. Make sure you turn to the left a little bit so you grab the rope from the correct side. If you just jump right away, you might grab the rope on the wrong side. So make sure you turn a little bit. Make sure your gun's put away so you can go across. As soon as we see our shadow, we can let go. Hold down strafe, right trigger, or right shoulder button so you can strafe a little bit to the right. We're going to want to jump onto this vase. Let's just press jump and then hold forward. Do it again here. Now we're on top of this thing. Then you want to just jump up here. So just hold down jump and hold forward again. Now you're on here. And you don't have to worry about slipping in this kind of like, almost like a triangle that you can see here. This whole triangle is like safe to walk on. So up there is another ledge, so we just want to jump onto that. This is a solid wall, so you don't have to worry about going through this. Then we want to jump all the way over that downslope section because you can, I don't know, your character kind of gets stuck on that. So once you jumped all the way up here, then you can just jump off here. You do want to make sure you kind of jump down on this right side because there's some sort of like load in zone trigger that you need to hit here for the next area to load. I jump over here because the swamp water is very slow. Then you shoot this. It's trying to hit my speedrun timer. You shoot that, grab that, and you're all good. Right below is the Asson weapon that we need, so I'm gonna jump off very slowly here, and then back jump to make sure I grab that. Press Z to equip it, then close out of the menu. You'll want to turn around, and then just jump down. Jump sprinkled in as you can to save time. Next we gotta go up there, so I jump usually and then jump again. I didn't grab the ledge there, let's see if we can grab it. I haven't really developed like a consistent thing for this jump. It's not really the biggest time loss if you miss it, so you just kind of grab it there. But you can always go from the left side to have a better chance of grabbing it. Grab the Dark Soul. I realize I gotta be careful because I can die if I too sloppy. Quickly turn, jump. I like to jump on this and then jump down here. A few more jumps. Alright, this is the lava jump, so when we come out here, we kind of want to fire right away, but if you're doing this all in motion, you're kind of running forward, firing, and then performing the jump, but we'll do it one by one. So this is kind of a tight jump. You have to jump pretty late, but you can hug the wall pretty close if you want. So you have to... And I just recommend holding down the jump button the whole time, because if you let go, your character can do like a... It seems like it can do like a less distance jump. Jump down here. Alright, this hut area has There's basically a dark soul in there, and there's quite a few ways to get it. So we'll kind of walk through each one of them, because there's varying levels of difficulty. This is the most basic way, kind of the slow way, I would say. Where you just take the intended path. I want to just jump here. Jump over here. Jump over here. Then you're here. Shoot it. Then turn around and you're on your way. That's the easiest way and the slowest way. We'll go for the moderate difficulty one now. So the moderate difficulty is kind of just a skip, like a less safe jump there. You're going to want to jump right on the corner there and jump all the way over there. Right, aiming for that corner about. So this is tough, so I don't know if I'm going to get it first try, but we'll try. Okay. Yeah, so that's all there is to it. And then it's just a little bit quicker, maybe save like 5 seconds. And then you can do the same thing, grab it there. Alright, now the hardest one, which I still haven't found a consistent way to do, but I like to position myself right around here, turn around, aim my cursor here. What I like to do is look for like when I see two jagged edges, when the incline is like up and to the right, I'm looking for like two jaggedy edges on the wall here. When I see two there and my cursor is like about this distance from the wall, that's what I typically found to be good. Also, looking at my health meter, I like seeing that right beam there slightly over the edge of maybe like my 6 health icon there. What else is there? The other thing I like to see, which I don't see right now, is I like um, the left beam there to kind of be touching the tip of my 5th health bar, which it currently isn't. So I kind of want to maybe see if I go a little bit to the left. Sorry, my controller stick is not very detailed. Yeah, so like right there where you see the beam is touching the tip of my 5th health slot. So that's good there. But now the beam on the right is way too far over the 6th health bar. So you can tell it takes a lot of like minor adjustments to get exactly what you need. Hopefully I can just roll a clip of a time doing it successful, but this is the fastest route, but because it's so hard to set up, it's kind of almost like a prayer to actually get it. Imagine you're running up here, turn around, jump, miss, then you end up wasting more time than if you just took one of the other routes. But if you hit it first try, you're doing this whole split in like 30 seconds. We'll go for the jump. See, didn't grab it at all. So then I typically just come here, turn around, and try to like aim it up again. One thing I've tried doing is kind of aiming right for the middle here, strafe into the left till I see that right beam is a little bit over the 6 health bar. Look up again. I kind of see like two jaggedies on the wall there. Everything looks kind of good. I hold down my strafe, hold forward, and jump after a little bit of movement. I kind of try to jump like right around there, but I don't really have a perfect method for this. Yep, see the character. And really you don't really know if it was a good jump or not unless you see the character. See Shadow Man kind of like hover near the top, or like he'll kind of like gets in like this like weird state where he's kind of hovering near the grab but doesn't quite grab it, which usually I think means you're pretty close to getting it. Oh, that was the hover I was talking about. As far as what adjustments you need to make when you see it, I'm not sure. I typically just treat it as that was a pretty good jump. You were pretty close. Just something was slightly off. So I quickly saw the two jaggedies there. I see that I'm slightly over on the 6 health bar on the right there with that second beam, so that all looks good to me. Gonna run forward and jump. Not quite. So I've spent hours trying to get good at this and haven't had much success, but if someone ever figures out a consistent way to do this, it would be a consistent way to save about 10 seconds. And there you go. So when you jump up there and grab it, you can just quickly shoot this, grab, and then you're good to go for the next section. Alright, gonna jump. Continue the jumping. Continue the jumping. That's kind of a long jump, but it's pretty helpful if you can hit that. Jumping up here. Jump off this. More jumps. Be careful not to get stuck there. This is a path here. You jump up here. Bunch of mini jumps in this tunnel. Alright, I'm going to kind of try to explain this quickly from here because it is dependent on lag from the enemies down there. So if you don't do it quick, bad things can happen. But we're doing another one of those like wall corner jumps where you have to face your character directly into the corner, spin the camera all the way around, and then start jumping to get up a pretty big wall. So let's go ahead and do that. Jumping down. The enemies wake up, they're mad. We're jumping all the way over here to this corner. I'm gonna hit the fire. Alright, like that. Then you can start jumping. I did it slow just for demonstration, but normally you can do that a lot quicker if you want. Do the same holding down the jumps. You know you're at the top when it kind of like jumps like that. You turn, fix your camera, fire there, hit it. Alright, now this is where the health being low kind of comes in handy because we need to die now to teleport back to the entrance. So you just want to slowly walk off here. Go in that fire pit. Sometimes the enemies hit you too, but just going in the fire is a quick way to die. Then you want to hold down skip here to skip the cutscene. Then you're going to jump backward 3 times, then skip again. Hold down the cutscene skip. Run forward and jump as soon as you see you're on the bridge. Strafe, go to the left. Sometimes I hover there for some reason, not sure why. Activate the soul level door. Strafe again to get around. Start jumping. Now we are going to Asylum, which is over to the left here. Do some jumps to save some time, and then now we're off to Asylum. Alright, now we just head forward, jump on these, jump, 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 nothing too hard yet. Jump. This part is a little tricky in that you don't necessarily want to grab the ledge there. You ideally want to just get a jump that goes all the way up there. I don't know, I haven't figured out perfectly where you need to jump to get right on top, but maybe saves like a second or two. And of course I'm not gonna be able to get it. Let's see. There you go. Maybe someone can figure out where exactly you need to jump to make that nice and quick. Do a couple quick jumps there. Fun thing here is if you're running around the corner, you really want to make sure you're timing it perfectly, and you need to kind of go through the center of this. So I'll typically, I don't know if I necessarily get lucky, but I typically just want to like quickly go, and jump here. Yeah, if you don't jump far enough, you end up in this cutscene, which you can skip, but just one thing to remember. Start jumping here. Now's another warp point that you have to get that kind of has a loading zone, or the warp point is kind of in the middle here, so I typically jump towards the middle here. If you hover too much to the left here and just jump down, you won't get the warp point, which will not kill the run, but pretty much slow it down because you can't just warp back after some of the stuff we have to do down here. So next we're headed down here. This is kind of one of the big time losses if you mess up, because if you jump in that lava, you instantly die and get warped back here. Um, so we just jump down. You kind of want to time yourself so you don't get hit by that fire. You jump here, just run through the middle, hold down strafe, go to the left, hold down strafe, go to the right, go straight through. Now, I'll typically quickly jump over here. Typically won't get hit. Um, Now, we basically have to get around these fire barrels, which we can't hold on to. Because we don't have the power up that lets us hold on and kind of shimmy around the side of those barrels. Which I'm calling barrels, but they're definitely just fire vents or something. But um, what you want to do is take out weapons in both hands so you don't accidentally grab onto the ledge as we do this. You want to make sure your left foot is kind of on that black spot there on the ground. You want to take your aim and kind of put it in the middle between these two lines on the barrel slash vent. Then hold down strafe so you don't like misdirection yourself at all. Push back a little bit. And you want to hold forward and jump at the very edge near the black bar. And then as soon as you touch the vent, you're going to like land briefly. You need to jump again after a short period to get around the vent. So I'm going to hold down forward, jump, and then jump again. And I typically jump over that fire right there too. Alright, the next one is another tricky one that's kind of hard. But you need to jump over the left side of this vent barrel. Typically want to just like kind of look straight, push forward slightly, get yourself hanging off the edge here. Kind of always aim, see this like little, I don't know, rust spot here? You kind of want to always aim a little bit to the right of it, push a little bit more forward. It's very, very tight because if you push too much, you just fall in the lava and die. And you aim a little bit more to the right of this. You want your right foot to be hanging off the edge a little bit more than this. I am kind of concerned if I push any more, I'm going to die. I'll give it a shot. This should be good enough. You know, a little bit to the right of the rust spot. See how the right foot is very far off the edge. Should be good here. And now I'm going to hold down strafe. I'm going to jump first and then hold forward. Make sure you jump first, otherwise you might slip off. So jump, hold forward, and then jump again as soon as you land. So holding forward and then jumping again as soon as I land. Perfect. All right. Then here, typically I'll be going really fast, but I'll just jump as soon as I see the fires out of the way. Jump up here. There is one um, health thing in the. Oh, I really can't hit through those things. There's a health there if you really need it too. But then I'll jump up here. Jump up here. Oh, he's not normally all the way down there, but we were taking our time. Jump over here, hold down your gun to fire at this. Then you've got another Dark Soul. Normally that would be slow, but we gotta quickly go because these guys start coming at you. Just jump through these hallways here. Hold down your shadow gun and fire with this Dark Soul. Grab it. This is kind of the easiest part of the whole run, just walking through and grabbing all these souls. Hold down my gun to shoot this guy. That's one thing that I've kind of maybe noticed is that if you hold down your gun and shoot those guys, they don't hit you as easily. Maybe it kind of like stuns them a little bit, even though they're swinging at you. So one thing I do here is I fire here. It'll hit that barrel, but then your next shot will hit. I lied, but oh, I'm lying like crazy. But hugging the left wall and firing. Wow, I really didn't want to hit that. I think I hit every barrel besides that. I've typically found as you're running down the hallway, hugging the left, fire once, it'll hit the barrel. Fire a second time, it'll unlock the Dark Soul for you. Then we head back the way we came. Sometimes I'll hit this barrel here for health. Hit this barrel here for your weapon MP. I don't know what it's called, but weapon magic power. Then right here, make sure you don't have your weapons out so you can grab the ledge, but you want to grab this beam here. It's pretty generous if you just jump while looking at it. Hold forward, then jump and lead a little bit to the left. Quickly fire, open this. Another Dark Soul. Alright, so this is where you technically could walk back, but it's a lot faster to just teleport. You go to Teddy Bear and you can just spam B because it should already be on the Asylum gateway that you need. To the right, we'll jump it down, do this right side now. If you take damage, it's not too bad. You just don't want to have more than um, 2 ticks of damage. Have at least 3 health, because there will be 2 health pickups in here. You don't have to worry about speed too much, because you'll see it's taken a while for that thing to come back. So you can kind of take your time and get in here. Not take your time, but you don't have to speed too fast. As this is coming up, you want to jump onto this vent, hold to the right, push forward. That was a really fast explanation, but you kind of have to go fast if you want to catch this platform as it's coming down. Jump on it. Kind of face diagonal on this platform so you can jump on that vent. As soon as you get about there, jump on that. You hold forward, jump, and now you're on here. Now you want to jump here, jump on there. You jump it just right, you don't have to grab the ledge, and you can just jump right up here. Then it's kind of another peaceful walk. So jump here for a little bit, time save. Hold down strafe, push to the right. Alright, now we're going through here. This area is very laggy, enemy right there usually. Hold down strafe, hold down your gun. Another soul. Now we're headed back to get the engineer's key. I'll typically be jumping a lot more, but jumping as we go through all these areas. Sharp turn here. Jump in here. Jump in here. Then jump in up here. Grab the ledge, save a little bit of time. I typically like to turn here as I fall down, just so I can quickly turn this way. Then jump out of this section right about here, you'll get the key right away. I typically tap Z so I can equip it real quick. Then I quickly go to the bear and keep tapping Z so I can quickly teleport back to the Asylum gateway. Here, hold down strafe, push to the left and spam Z and you'll open the gate, open the door we need right away. Hold strafe, go to the right, and then we'll continue forward. Typically jump here just to hope that they miss. Yep. Fire at this guy here. Keep jumping if you want to save some more time. Fire here. Grab a health pick up there in the barrel. And grab a Dark Soul. Alright, we'll quickly go back the other way. These guys will be here waiting for us. Try to dodge their shots if you can. They'll save you time later on. Less health pickups you need to get. Sharp right turn here. Hold down your gun. You can fire straight down if you have nice aim. Dodge the shot. Get the Dark Soul. We're going to quickly go to the right into this like monorail thing. Go next to the door so it opens. Spam left on C button to make sure it sends us on its way. Mic check. Okay. I thought for a second I wasn't recording. Alright, run out the front here. We're gonna jump down to the left here, kind of right in this, between these railings. Kind of safe. Then I like to run forward and then jump to the right as it gets less laggy, but you basically just need to jump over to this right side, which you gotta be a little bit careful. But worst comes to worst, hopefully you just grab the ledge. Make sure you don't have your weapons in both hands, or else you'll just fall to your death if you miss the jump. Another soul here. Alright, then we're teleporting back to Passive Shadow Prophecy Chamber. We're going to make our way to the Cageways because we already have 15 Dark Souls. I'm just looking at all these spots. I probably should have been highlighting them throughout the time, but that's okay. So now, like to hold down left, start going forward, jump and grab on the ledge here. If you're missing health, you can grab some right there. Grab another weapon, magic power pickup right there. We've already opened this gate on the left, so we can just jump through. We have to hit a few open a few more doors. So the door here. Jump down here. We have a cool jump coming up where if you kind of like do this all in one motion, it looks very slick, but you just need to take a sharp right, and then you're right at the kind of this pathway down to the next section. Don't know if this does much, but I fire at these guys, hoping it like stuns them. Then open this door. Similarly, do the same thing. Hold down strafe, push the right. We'll go through that door. Ow, see they hit me once, but that's not the worst. Alright, jump over this. Jump down here. And now we're in Cageways. Always hold down skip. Jump up here. Jump up here. Jump across. I like to equip my Asson right here so I can go down there. I hold down target in or strafe in so I can quickly hold down my shadow gun and my Asson and just clean these guys up. As you hear them squeal, you know they're dead. If you want more health, you technically pick it up there. Then we need to jump and grab on this ledge here. You can cut it pretty diagonal so you can save some time. As soon as you see the camera like bob a little bit, like it pushed forward right there, you can jump down. See if I can recreate that. Yeah, you can kind of see it's zoomed out, and then as I get to the right here, it zooms in a little bit. You know you're over the platform. Turn around, grab on. There's a little skip here where if you get your feet like right around the, I guess the strap on this, the strap looking texture, you can jump backward here, and now you're on the ledge here. Then hold down strafe and push to the right. You kind of just want to jump as you get close to the railing, but not quite touching it, so you just cleanly go over it. Then we just need to come over here. A couple more jumps, going here. There's going to be a couple bad guys in here. We just want to try not to get hit by them. Just shoot at them to stun them. Maybe that'll prevent them from shooting us. Maybe not. Take out the engineer's key and use it. Hold down skip cutscene. Turn around. Get your shadow gun ready. Try and stun this gunman up here. He's a little bit annoying as far as his positioning. Yeah, he's very mean. There needs to be hopefully a more consistent way to get around him, but I'm just going here. Hit the monorail, and now we're on the way to the engine room, where the piston skip trick comes up, which I think was the huge time save for any percent that was discovered some time ago. By who, I don't know, but they're a legend, whoever figured that out. Run forward, sharp turn right to fall down. You can jump up these things here, these ramps, and then if you go too far to the left, it starts a cutscene, but if you just jump right here, no cutscene. So, save some time. Up here, save some time. If you're really quick with your jumps here, you can make it through this door before it closes. Yeah. Then in here, cutscene. Skip cutscene. Alright. Pull out your gun. You want only your gun out. This is the piston skip. So, what I found, the piston skip is over there. You go up that ledge and you're able to like get to the final boss without stopping any of these pistons. You want to have your gun out in one hand. you want to zoom in once, so the middle zoom, not the far in zoom, not the back out zoom, but the middle zoom. And you do have to have your camera one tick to the left, but I like to do it once I get closer just to make sure I line this up. You don't want to be facing directly center, but slightly off to the left, kind of like this. So I'm slightly off to the left in my aim. I want to push the camera once to the left like that. Hold down R, your strafe button, and then hold down A. And then you can, when you push the left, you should crawl, like kind of walk up the wall. One thing I've done that kind of makes things seem to be more consistent is hold down my gun too. And if I fire my gun near the top, it helps me get over the top of the ledge, because the top is the only sketchy part as you're walking up the ledge. So I'm going to hold down my gun, start firing like crazy when I get to the top, and then it gets over. If you do it just right, you can kind of jump over the beam there, or jump over the platform there, and not have to like slide down. But you'll see in this instance I'm sliding down. But the worst case there is you just push to the left, skip cutscene, and then continue on your way. Fix your camera. Now this is where I don't zoom it out all the way, because for the boss, I actually like to be at this zoom level. I find that it gives me a better view of Legion when I'm on the bottom floor, so I typically just leave it on this view. Health pickups here for however many health you need to get full. Weapon pickups here to get your Asson to full ammo. And then you've done Piston Skip and you're about to fight Legion and see a insanely long cutscene. Typically here too, before I go in the door, I equip the Asson just so I have that all ready to go before the fight begins.
Luke,
now 5-minute cutscene.
What you doing running away like that? Luke, speak to me, kid.
And really, Legion probably deserves his own detailed guide, because it's... And here is that detailed guide. You want to look out for this line in the cutscene where he says, "As now in the beginning is now forever shall be." You're cute, the fight's about to start. You want to hold down strafe and push to the left the whole time here. It'll target onto him, and then you just need to hold down your shadow gun to fire the charged up shadow gun shot and fire the Asson the entire time. And you should kill him very quickly. Hopefully he doesn't charge you. Dodge the purple shots. And you quickly transition into the main Legion fight. You saw I quickly equipped the Asson there, and you're basically doing the same thing where you're holding down the shadow gun, trying to charge it up as much as possible while firing your Asson shots at Legion. The key thing you'll see I'm doing here is that Legion kind of has like 3 phases of the types of projectiles it shoots. These purple homing lasers are very easy to like just walk towards Legion as they're firing to like kind of dodge them all, and you can constantly unload on him as he's doing that attack because it's not very dangerous. This kind of like laser beam attack is a bit more dangerous. It fires very quickly and locks onto you. You kind of need to like shimmy to the left or right to get it to aim in front of you, but then it'll just barely miss. But his third phase of attacks are these slow track-in beams that are a bit more like track-in balls. I like to also try to make them hit the wall, but you can also use the when you're on the ground level, you can run towards them to make them hit the ground floor as well. When you're up above on the platforms up above fighting Legion, you do kind of want to get through all your Asson shots and make sure most of your Asson shots hit, because the Asson does massive damage to Legion. I've kind of found that maybe it takes around 50 to 60 Asson shots in addition to the shadow gun shots to get him close to death. So once you've hit him with a round, well, you want to be firing your Asson at all times, but once you've fired like 50 to 60 of those and actually hit him with it, then you do want to focus on hitting him with your shadow gun, because the shadow gun shots are what's necessary to actually get the kill hit. So we went over the different kinds of shots. The main strategies that you want to consider are, when you're on the very top level, you want to kind of manage your Asson shots so that you hit him with every Asson shot possible before even considering going down to the bottom level. If you hit him with all your Asson shots up at the top, you can just stay up there and hit him with your shadow gun, and he should die within somewhere between 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes. If you do miss some Asson shots and you kind of need a recharge in health or your Asson, you can jump down to the ground level, kind of shoot all those barrels, collect all the weapon power-ups and health, and then continue fighting him down there. You do want to keep a distance from Legion where your shots will kind of auto track and make sure they like kind of the shots fire at a diagonal up towards him and not just straight underneath him. The straight underneath shots will miss more often than not. I can't say there's like a 100% perfect strategy for Legion, so it really is for anyone running it to come up with different ideas, strategies for fighting him. I've seen on the Shadow Man Discord, some people have come up with some fun strategies where you cause some of the projectiles to hit the chair in the middle of the room, so you can keep fighting while up above with a little bit less stress, a little bit less things chasing you around. So there's a lot of opportunity here on the Legion fight to cut down time. Eventually you'll hear him do this wiggle thing. He wiggles and screams, and as soon as it switches over to the cutscene, you can stop the time and you've successfully beaten Legion. If you've gotten this far, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you're ready to be a Shadow Man Any percent N64 expert speedrunner, and you'll probably set the world record because you're a legend. And goodbye. And leave a comment if you have any questions.